Hello, welcome back to the Villa View. It's time for a match preview for Villa's game at Villa Park against Leeds United.
So Dan, big game at Villa Park under the lights again this Friday. So close after our last game. It seems like we're doing these videos all the time at the minute. How do you see this one going?
I know, I can't really remember the last time I didn't have a camera pointing in my face. We should win, but we've seen recently that the games we've expected to win, we haven't, and the ones that you've thought are going to be tough, we've come out on top. So Leeds are in a bit of free fall really since Heckingbottom's come in. They've actually got worse. It sometimes does show that if you do get rid of your manager, it doesn't always get turned around straight away. I mean, I think Heckingbottom is a good manager because he did a great job at Barnsley, and to be fair, he overachieved with them last season really. At one point they were near the playoffs and they came to Villa Park and got a result last season, but they're on bad form. It's a game we should win, but it's the Championship, so you just never know with Villa either. It's a bit Jekyll and Hyde at the moment. Yeah,
Jekyll and Hyde, that phrase that came out on fan cams the other night as well.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the form guide for both teams. Leeds down in 20th, won 1 in the last 6. It only shows the previous 6. And for ourselves, won 2 of the last 6. Obviously Cardiff most recently. Is this going to be a battle of 2 teams trying to get out of a bit of a slump?
I think we'll be quite buoyed just because of the way we won it. It was a battle, and we obviously won the game quite late with the wonder goal. But you'd think a game like Cardiff, it would have took its toll on the players physically, because it was a battle, and we put ourselves about and put a lot into Tuesday night against Neil Warnock's side, which you always have to do. I mean, Leeds used to be known as quite a dirty side, quite a physical side. I'm not sure they've really got that about them in the modern day, but I think we'd need a little bit of rotation again, if I'm being honest.
Is there a possibility that there was the chance that we put so much into the Wolves game, obviously a little bit different with Cardiff being more physical, but we put that same amount of energy into it, say? Is there a chance that now, because there was so much going into that game against Cardiff, that this game comes a few days later like QPR was after Wolves, that we could hit a bit of a sticky patch again because of that? Yeah,
it's a bit of a worry. I mean, QPR came to Villa Park and they weren't on any great form, and we expected to roll them over, and we didn't. I mean, I think we did. It just, nothing came off for us that night against QPR. If we go ahead, really, whatever condition we're in, you'd think that we'd win, or at least get a draw, because we haven't lost when we've gone ahead this season. It is, if we end up having to chase a game, I worry for Villa now when we're chasing games, looking at the statistics that we've only won 2 games in 15 when we've gone behind. So that would be a worry, but I think it'll be a decent crowd again on a Friday night, so it kind of turns into that big game atmosphere again, and that's what we've thrived on this season.
I know you touched on it a little bit there, but I think there was a comment in one of the fan cams videos, either Reading or... So looking at the last couple of fixtures, Pontus Jansson scored 2 and 2 against us. Are you worried about Leeds as a team coming to Villa?
I mean, I worry a little bit about every side, especially at the moment with some of the recent results we've had against the lesser teams. But Leeds are a big side, and on their day, they'll have a good away following. They can turn up and probably do a job on you, and their bad run isn't going to last forever, so it won't be an easy game for sure. I mean, maybe the fact that it is Villa v Leeds, and on paper that looks quite a big game, maybe that will help us. Maybe it'll help the crowd get up for it, which obviously seems to resonate with the players. When the crowd's up for it, we seem to play better. But I don't ever really seriously worry about anyone, because I think when we play to our best, we're one of the best sides in the division, and we should beat teams. It just depends what Villa turns up. If we were away, maybe I'd think a bit more like that, but at Villa Park, I do just think we are a different beast. I mean, to be fair, the 2 we've lost, Sheffield Wednesday and QPR, are 2 that you would have thought we'd get a result when you think we're unbeaten against all the rest of the sides in the division. But sometimes when you haven't got anything to play for, it can go the other way. You can become a bit more free-flowing because the pressure's off. I mean, maybe that's what happened with Norwich, but my feeling is it won't happen on Friday. I mean, it doesn't sound like Terry's going to make it. Bruce said if he was a betting man, then Terry, he wouldn't bet on Terry for Friday. Someone said in the podcast comments that Neil Taylor's wife gave birth on Tuesday, and that's why he wasn't in the squad. So he could...
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to him. He could come back into the 18, but I think Bree probably deserves to start at left back after the other night. I mean, when he came in against Bolton, I didn't think he did much wrong at left back, and he was one of the ones that stood out for me, because not many others did in that game. So we've got options to make changes still. Like I say, Codger can come in. Obviously we could move Jedinak forward and bring Samba back in, because he was back in the 18. I don't think he'll bring Neil Taylor in. I think he will stick with Bree. I'm going to presume that Twanzebe's picked up an injury on Tuesday and he won't be available on Friday because obviously the quick turnaround. So in some respects there isn't much we can do, but Lansbury's there as well. So we've got options. It just like the other night when I felt like I couldn't predict a team, and I was right to say that because no one would have predicted that team. I feel a bit the same on Friday. I think Codger will probably come in and perhaps Grabban will move to the left and Codger will play up front because he was effective when he came on. That Hourihane, Grealish, Whelan, I'd say, Snodgrass, they're all going to play. Jedinak did a good job at centre-back, and Leeds have got a very physical striker in Lasogga, so you'd expect it to be his kind of game at centre-back again, like it was against Cardiff, a bit more of a direct side, so I'd expect him to continue at centre-back if Terry's not fit.
So a little bit of a short preview, a bit of a camera technical issues as well, so apologies for that.
Dad issues.
Prediction. First, before we get our predictions, obviously when I need a little bit of research, I'll go to a trusty opposition forum and found a prediction thread for Villa Leeds on a Leeds forum. Okay. And I'll give you a snippet of their fans. The first 3 posts, 2-0 defeat, 3-0 loss, Villa 4, Leeds 1. So Leeds aren't too confident about it. How are you feeling about it?
I don't know, the Norwich fans were a bit like that last week.
Yeah, that's true.
Lulled me into a false sense of security when I was making my predictions and saying that I wouldn't take any Norwich players except for Maddison. So I'm not going to go around saying anything stupid like I did last week. I'll go 2-0 Villa. I will go for Codger. What about you?
I'm going to go fairly comfortable for this one for whatever reason. I think it will be that we might have the feeling of Norwich in the back of our minds that we can't be complacent, so we need to go out and prove a point. I'll go 3-0 Villa. I always go Terry first score, but obviously he won't be playing, so we'll go Grabban. Fancy Grabban for this one. So
that wraps it up for today's match preview. Comment below with your thoughts ahead of the Leeds game and your predictions, and don't forget, like I always do, to do your fan score. I forgot on Tuesday, so 0 points for me. If you're not already subscribed to the Villa View with your post notifications on, then if you could do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. And give this video a like if you have enjoyed what you've seen. We've released a couple of videos over the last few days, so go out and check Adam Wright's video at WM Behind the Scenes, a really inspirational video and a good one to watch, and one of the best videos I think we've ever had on this channel. Tom Julian and myself were in the podcast booth yesterday talking for around an hour about all things Villa in depth, so go back and check that out as well if you haven't done so as yet. Thanks ever so much for all the support you give the channel. We really appreciate it. Up the Villa. If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.